रागादिरोगान् सततानुशक्तान् अशेषकाय प्रसृतान् अशेषान् औत्सुक्यमोहारतितान् जघान यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै. Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to continue with Vamana Virechana Vidya Adhyaya. So, in the last classes or in the part 1 and part 2, we had discussed about indications and contraindications of Vamana Karma, and again indications and contraindications of Virechana Karma. Then the Vamana Karma as such, that is Purva Karma, Pradhana Karma and Paschat Karma. Of Vamana Karma we had discussed. In the end, we had discussed about the Hina Veka and its treatment, Samyak Yoga of the Vamana, Adi Yoga of Vamana, etc. Then we had finished in the last one, that is Acharya had told Samyak Yogena Mamitam Kshanam Ashwasya Paye Dhuva Dhuma Trayasya Anyatama Snehachara Mathadishe Tadasayam Prabhadeva Shudvan Snada Sukhambuna Bhunjano Rektashalanyam Pajet Peyadigam Krama. This was the last topic we had discussed in the last class. Means after performing the Vamana, if the Vamana has reached the Samyak Yoga, means Nirvubandham Pravartande Kapapitta Anilaha Kramad. Samyak Yogi, there will be the sequential expulsion of without any obstruction. This Kapa, Pitta and Anila, that is Vata Tosha, will be acting or will be occurring. And in case of Samyak Yoga, and if you got Samyak Yoga, what we had to do is then you had to console the patient, Chanam, Ashwasya, then Payed. What we had to do, we had to provide him either the type of based on the condition, you had to give the Dhumapana, that is the inhalation of the medicated fumes. And after that, again, Acharya has advised that he should follow the Snehachara. This Snehachara Athadishek means the measures which are told as Pathyas in Sneha Vidya Adhyaya, because at that time also I had mentioned that it is having the extended application in other sorts of other Kriya Kalpas also. And he says Tadasayam Prabhadeva Shudvan Snada Sukhambuna. So that particular evening when he had executed Vamana Karma, the patient had undergone Vamana Karma, or next day morning, what he has to do is, if he is feeling hunger, what he has to do is he has to take the bath with Sukhambu, means Sukhoshna Jala or lukewarm water, and after that he is advised to take Rektashalyana. Rektashalyana is always Pathya. And again, one important thing Acharya has mentioned is Bhajet Peyadikam Krama. It means Peyadik Krama should be followed. So what is meant by Peyadik Krama? Peyadik Krama is a special diet schedule advised after the Shodhana Karma in order to enhance the Agni gradually. So, immediately after the Shodhana, what happens? Whenever you are doing the Shodhana or this Rektamokshana, etc., the Agni undergo Anavasthita, means it will be totally, it changes, it gets altered. So at that time, you have to correct the Agni, you have to enhance it properly. So this Peyadikrama is helpful in enhancing the Agni gradually. So how to enhance the Agni? Because we cannot give further medicines, no need to give further medicines for Agni. For Agni, actually, the fuel should be supplied vigilantly, or fuel should be supplied very properly. So what is the fuel for Agni? Means for our Jatara Agni. For Jatara Agni, fuel in the form of Ahara. That itself preserves, or that itself can destroy the Agni. So what we have to do is, we have to follow a special diet schedule by which we can gradually enhance the Agni. So here the Ahara is supplied based on the Gurutva, means the previously you have to provide the patient the very lightly, easily digestible, and then gradually the heaviness of the food is to be increased, and it should reach to the normal level. That is what we are going to discuss in Peyadikrama. Going ahead with description of Peyati Samsarjana Krama. Peyam Vilepim Akritam Kritamcha Yusham Resam Trini Ubhayam Tathekam Kramena Seveta Narona Kalan Pradhana Madhya Avara Shuddhi Shuddhaha. This is what the description of Peyadi Samsarjana Krama. So Peyadi Krama is the orderly administration of Peya, Vilepi, etc. Ahara that we will be discussing in detail after Shodhana Karma. This particular order helps to increase Jatara Agni, which got diminished after Samshodhana Karma. You can think about, or you can refer this Annaswarupa Vijnaniya Adhyaya, where Acharya has mentioned the properties of this Peya, Vilepi, etc. Because Peya, Vilepi, Peya is the supernatant liquid portion of the rice while cooking, the water portion. Then with more added water, we had to cook, which is advised. That is Peya, and Vilepi is bit more the thicker one. Peya is actually not the water part; it is the water part is more, and along with that some quantity of rice. Manda is at the clear water portion, which is left after the cooking of the rice. That is manda. Peya is this so that liquid part with less, very more liquid part with less rice particles. That is called as this peya, and vilepi is the dense one. That is which is more thicker part along with the rice, and you can check the properties there in Kritanavarka, in 6th Adhyaya Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasthana, Manda Peya Vilebinam Odanasya cha Lakhavam Yatapurvam Shivastatra Mando Vatanilopanaha. So that Manda Peya Vilepi Odana, this their Lakhava, that is Lagutva, is there in the preceding order. It means Manda is the most Laku, after that Peya, and then Vilepi and Odana. It means Odana is comparatively Guru and Manda is most Laku. So in clinically, after this Shodhana karmas, we are giving the patient mandas also, or after that, if he is okay, if he is okay, then we are usually starts with, as told here in Peyadikrama, it starts with Peya. And he says further in the same chapter, Tridglani dosha sheshakna pajano dhadu samyakrit srodo bardava kritsvedi santukshedi chalanam shutrishna glani daurbalya kukshi roga jarapaha malani lomini pathya peya deepana rojini. So this is about the manta and peya description. It is prepared out of tandula, etc. And pachana, dhatu samya, srodo mardava kara, means softens srodas, and agni sandukshina. These are the properties. And again, shutrishna, glani, daurbalya, this will be getting reduced. And kukshiroga jarapaha, malanilomani pathya. This peya is helpful in anilomana of mala, because it is much needed while expulsion of the doshas. And it is deepana pachani, it enhances deepana as well as pachana. Then again, vilebi grahini hridya trishnakni deepani hita vranakshi roga shuddha durbala snehapayinam. This is vilepi's grahini, that is hridya, which is trishnahara, which is deepani also, and it cures vrana, akshiroga, etc. And it is good after providing samshodhana karma, and it is good for durbala, because usually after the samshodhana karma the person may become weak. And also snehapayina, after giving the snehapayina also, this is vilepi is good. So you can refer these shlokas in Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasana 6th chapter 26th to 30th shloka, which is under Pakwana Varga. It is mentioned. Going ahead with Peyadikrama. So here Aharadravya used to include Peya, Vilepi, Akrita Yusha, Krita Yusha, Akrita Mamsarasa, Krita Mamsarasa. Peya, Vilepi already we had discussed. That Yusha is prepared out of Mudga, etc. Dhanyas. Here Akrita and Krita. Akrita we can say without seasoning, means without adding the oil, etc. or without doing the Bharjana Karma we are doing. And Krita means which is Bharjita, or which is fried, added with seasonings and or oil or Krita, etc. So based that also determines the heavy lightness, because Akrita means it will be more without adding the oil and all, without adding the Krita and all, it is more easy to digest. And Krita means it will be comparatively Guru. And Akrita Mamsarasa is Mamsarasa without this seasoning process, and Krita is that which is seasoned. So these are the things, articles, dietary articles we are supplying in for the purpose of Peyadi Samsarjana Krama. So Akrita means not seasoned with Shundi, Lavana, Sneha, etc. Krita means seasoned with Shundi, Lavana, Sneha, etc. Once again I am repeating. Then this in this tabular column you can see that in the first column you can see the day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. up to day 7 it is mentioned. And in second column it can be divided into two, that is Pradhana Shuddhi, and third one is Madhyama Shuddhi, and the fourth is Avara Shuddhi. Pradhana Shuddhi means one who attain that samyak level, or in maximum that expected level. We will determine how to find out this. The reference is there. to determine the Pradhana Shuddhi, means the Shuddhi is in the major way, or it is in the moderate level, or it is in the lower level. So if the Shodhana has taken place in a major level or in a complete level, that is called as Pradhana Shuddhi. So for such people, the diet is like this. Generally, Ayurveda accepts 2 ahara kalam. Nowadays we are having 3 or 4 times, but Ayurveda accepts the view of morning food and evening, morning meal and evening meal. It is not exactly the breakfast. Around after sunrise, after doing the all sort of snana or dinacharya, etc., the prata bhojana will be taken, and after that, the before sunset usually it is advised to go for sayam bhojana. So if a person who underwent pradhana shuddhi, pradhana shuddhi means he underwent the shodhana in the complete level, so this diet should be followed. You can see the rest of the Madhya Shuddhi and Avara Shuddhi you can leave now. In Pradhana Shuddhi, you can see that Peya, day 1, for him, that person who underwent Pradhana Shuddhi, you can give Peya, and Sayam Bhojana also Peya, and day 2 also morning food, you have to do the Peya. It means Peya, Vilepi, Akrita Yusha, Krita Yusha, this Mamsarasa, etc. you have to give for 3 Annakalas. So that's why day 1 you 2 Annakala plus day 2 1 Annakala we have given Peya. Then in the day 2, in the evening food, you have to start with Vilepi for the person who underwent Pradhana Shuddhi. Then it should be continued for next day also. Then only he finishes 3 Annakala. Day 3 also his food should be Vilepi, and evening also he should be provided with Vilepi. And in the day 4, don't think about this Madhyama Shuddhi, only Pradhana Shuddhi we are considering. Prata Bhojana is Akrita Yusha, and then Sayam Bhojana is Krita Yusha, and next day also morning you have to provide Krita Yusha. Actually Akrita and Krita we are not separately giving for 3 Annakala. Only 1 Annakala we are providing Akrita Yusha, and other 2 Annakala we are giving Krita Yusha. So day 5 morning up to morning we will finish Yusha. Then after that we have to start with Mamsarasa. In the morning of evening of day 5 we are giving Sayam Bhojana, that is Akrita Mamsarasa will be provided for the person who underwent Pradhana Shuddhi, and for Pradhana Shuddhi day 6 we are giving the 2 last remaining 2, that is Krita Mamsarasa in the morning as well as evening. In the day 7 onwards he can start with Prakriti Bhojana, that is the normal food. Prakriti Bhojana day 7. For this is what we had told for Pradhana Shuddhi, the person who underwent complete Shuddhi after the Shodhana Karma. Now we will start discussing about the Madhyama Shuddhi. So here Pradhana Shuddhi, his diet schedule we have already finished. Now you have to see the second column, that is this part you have to see only this Avara Shuddhi and Pradhana Shuddhi. You need to check Madhyama Shuddhi. The Shuddhi attained is in a moderate level. What should be the diet schedule? That is what we are going to discuss. So here you check once again the sloka. Peya, Vilepi, Akritam, Kritam cha, Yusham, Rasam, Trini, Ubhayam, Tathekam. Trini means 3 Annakala. So in Pradhana Shuddhi, you have to provide this Peya, Vilepi, etc. for 3 consecutive Annakalas. And Madhyama Shuddhi, Trini, Ubhayam. Ubhayam refers to 2 Annakala only you need to give. And in Avara Shuddhi, Eka Annakala means only 1 Annakala you need to provide this order. So in Madhyama Shuddhi, you have to provide these for each for 2 Annakala. So in Madhyama Shuddhi, after Madhyama Shuddhi, next day, today underwent Shodhana, next day morning, you have to give the Peya as Prata Bhojana and Sayam Bhojana. Morning and evening meal should be fulfilled with this Peya, and Vilepi in the day 2, morning and evening. Then day 3 for the Madhya person who underwent Madhyama Shuddhi, you have to provide first Akrita Yusha and then Krita Yusha. We are not separately, as in Pradhana Shuddhi also we have discussed, we are not separately giving Akrita Yusha and Krita Yusha for this Annakalas. Only 1 Annakala we will be provided Akrita Yusha. Then only 1 Annakala is remaining. So we are providing Akrita Yusha in the morning meal and Krita Yusha in the evening meal. During day 4 for the Madhyama Shuddhi, you check here only. We are providing Akrita Mamsarasa in the morning and Krita Mamsarasa in the evening. Here also the same, we are not separately providing Akrita Mamsarasa and Krita Mamsarasa for 2 consecutive Annakalas. Only 1 Annakala we are providing Akrita Mamsarasa, and there exists only 1 remaining Kala. So that time also we are providing Krita Mamsarasa. Then 5th day onwards he can start with Prakriti Bhojana, that is the normal diet schedule or his normal food. He can come back to his normal diet pattern from the 5th day in case of Madhyama Shuddhi, and you had observed in case of that Pradhana Shuddhi, from 7th day only he had started taking the Prakriti Bhojana, but in case of Madhyama Shuddhi, this 5th day onwards he can start with Prakriti Bhojana. Prakriti Bhojana refers to normal food, because here you can think one more thing, that based on the Shuddhi, because if the maximum level of Shuddhi attains, then maximum the Agni Mandya also, the Agni also will be altered. That's why this much days of we are advised, Acharya has advised for 3 Annakalas. For Madhyama Shuddhi, the alteration of Agni is not that much level. That's why 2 Annakalas. That's why he is able to take Prakriti Bhojana from 5th day onwards. Then we will discuss about the Avara Shuddhi. Avara Shuddhi means the Shuddhi is not in a proper way, or it is an inferior level. We will see the features of this Pradhana Shuddhi, Madhyama Shuddhi and Avara Shuddhi we will be discussing. So in case of Avara Shuddhi, you need to continue this Payadikrama for only 1 Annakala. So it means day 1 morning, next day after performing this Shodhana Karma, next day morning you can provide him a morning paya, and evening you can provide Vilepi, and next day too you can provide Akrita Yusha or Krita Yusha you can provide based on the status of Agni. Then evening you can provide Akrita or Krita Mamsarasa you can provide, and from day 3 onwards he can start with Prakriti Bhojana. That's why based on the extent of the Shodhana, Agni also changes. Agni needs more strength. In case of Pradhana Shuddhi it takes time, Madhya Shuddhi it is not taking that much time, and Avara Shuddhi already the Shodhana has not in at that superior level. That's why within the 3rd day he is able to take Prakriti Bhojana in case of Avara Shuddhi. Benefits of Payati Samsarjana Krama. Acharya says, यथानुरग्नि तृणगोमयाद्य संदुक्ष्यमाणो भवति क्रमेण महान् स्थिर सर्वपजस्तथैव शुद्धस्य पेयादिभिः अंतराग्नि. A minute source of fire, that is Anu Agni, can be kindled into the fine source of the fire by proper supply of Trina, Gomaya, etc. Suppose if there is a small spark or a small source of fire is there, and you are adding Trina, dried grasses first, and followed by that, because grass is so light, so that it easily catches the fire. Followed by that you are adding the powdered cow dung cakes, or after that you are adding the cow dung cakes as such, etc. By that the Agni increases. It will be coming to a very good source of fire. Similarly, the administration of Payadikrama in this sequential order after Samshodhana Chikitsa, Jadaragni will be improved and will be capable of digesting all sorts of ahara. This is what the importance of Payadi Samsarjana Krama. And again in the same chapter you can refer the 45th sloka. Acharya says, Samshodhana Asra Visrava Sneha Yojana Lankhanehi Yatyaknir Mandadam Tasmat Payadi Machare. Means after the Samshodhana, Raktamokshana, Snehana Karma, etc., Lankhana Karma, etc., the Agni alters. So at that time you have to perform this Payadi Samsarjana Krama. It will be helpful, and this is what I have mentioned. Agni always occur followed by Samshodhana, that is Raktamoksha, Sneha, Lankhana, etc. So Payadi Krama is to be done in order to enhance Jadaragni. And today's last topic also we will be discussing, that is the determination of Vekas and Mana of Vamana and Virechana. This topic will be just discussed today, and tomorrow we will elaborate it. It means for Vamana as well as Virechana separately. The sloka is Jaghanya Madhya Pravaretu Vega Chatvara Ishta Vamane Shatashto Desheva Detti Truguna Virege Prastas Tadasyad Dvichadur Gunascha Pittavasanam Vamanam Viregat Artham Kapandam Cha Vireka Mahahu Ditran Savitkan Abaniya Vekan Mayam Vireke Vamanetu Pita. So this sloka looks a bit confusing, but it is easy. We can solve it by using this tabular column. In this tabular column you can see 3 columns. That is, in the first part this is about the status of the Vamana, and second the number of Veka, that is the urge, how many times the patient vomits, and the third column it is mentioned about the quantity. So Jaghanya or Avara Shuddhi means the number of, because Avara Shuddhi, Pradhana Shuddhi we discussed in Payadi Samsarjana Krama. So how to determine that Shuddhi? Avara Shuddhi means there will be the number of Vekas, bouts of Vamana will be only 4, and the quantity of the vomitus will be half prastha. In case of Madhyama Shuddhi, number of Vekas are 6, and it is comparatively more, and quantity of this vomiters is 1 prastha, that is double, and pravara shuddhi means number of veka or age, and mana, that is quantity of the vomiters, is 2 prastha. Then in case of virechana, that is if avara shuddhi means number of vekas means 10 numbers, and quantity will be 1 prastha, and madhyama shuddhi means the number of vekas means it will be 20 number, and quantity is 2 prastha, and pradhana shuddhi means number of vega is 30, and mana is 4 prastha. Here your 1 prastha is approximately 768 ml. Proper vamana and virechana are determined by manifestation of pitta and kapha respectively during the end of these procedures. Means after vamana there will be presence of pitta, and after virechana there will be manifestation of kapha. These are the proper, by that we can determine that the virechana has taken place finally. And with this we are going to conclude today's session. I would like to remind you, there is no shortcut to success other than hard work. Myself, Dr. Vidyanand Mohan, Assistant Professor, Department of Samhita and Siddhanta, Faculty of Ayurveda, Gokul Global University, was there with you to narrate this session. Thank you.